Hi there, this is Tracy Daviero from Your VA Mentor. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Put my other earbud in. So today I want to talk to you about accepting payments for your VA services. When VAs are first getting started, this is a really common question. They don't know how they'll get paid, and sometimes people are still accustomed to getting a check or direct deposit if they're working a job and that kind of thing. So it is a really valid question, and one that doesn't probably get answered all that often. So I don't answer it all that often unless somebody out and out asks me. So accepting payments, first of all, there's a couple of ways that you can think about it. First of all, you can get paid in advance or in portions. If you do, say if you do website work or something, you can break it down into sort of 3 payments or over a period of time. Recurring payments, if you are working on retainer. It really depends, how your billing is going to go. But in a general sense, you are going to try to look for billing, getting paid in advance. And I know this is really unnerving for some people who haven't run a business yet, and maybe are nervous, and clients are sort of maybe indicating that they'd like to get the services done and then paid for. But one of the big complaints about VAs is that they are waiting on payment from clients. And I've done it myself, so I totally understand. But here's a really good way to look at it, is if you go to McDonald's, you have to pay for your meal before you ever get it. If you order from Amazon, you have to pay and then you receive your delivery. Most people are really accustomed now to paying for something before they get their service or their product or whatever it is. So it's really no different moving into the service industry and something that you're going to be working for a month. Say if your plumber comes over and then he charges you for a service call, you pay him right there before he ever leaves, right? But that's a little bit different because it's a face-to-face and it's a one-time occurrence. When we're talking about VA work, you're doing it over the course of a month. So anyway, that's just a little addendum or pre-dendum, I guess you want to call it. I'm not sure what you do when you get that little block of info at the beginning of something, but I think it's really, really important because when you're talking about getting paid, start with the intention of getting prepaid before you do your work. And you can always have things in your contract that let people know that, if they're unhappy with something, you can refund a portion or whatever it is. But in terms of putting things into your contract, try to work in something that is prepaid, at least a portion is prepaid. Okay, but ways to get paid, there's lots of different ways. Bank transfers are probably becoming one of the more popular ways to get paid. A lot of people are trying to reduce their credit card debt and that kind of thing, myself included. So, paying with a credit card sometimes is a deterrent, right? And, there are fees involved with that kind of thing too. And so my clients are more and more offering to pay with debit cards or with e-transfers. Now I have a merchant account, so I can accept a debit card, but you can just get someone to make an e-transfer to you, and it often, it's instant for one thing, which is really good. You get your money right away, and everybody has a bank account, so you can pretty much do it. It's difficult. I think it's more difficult to do between countries, but if you're in the same country, it works really well. Lots of people still use checks, money orders, I suppose, depending on how big your job is, but you can still wait for checks if you want to, or you can wait till the check arrives and then you can do the work. That's certainly an option as well if you work with local clients, or say if you belong to a networking group and you see somebody every week at that networking group, they can pay you however you want. That makes sense too. PayPal is still a really popular way to get paid. I used to recommend this as my #1 way, simply because you could accept credit cards, and a lot of people like the ability to use PayPal because ever since the eBay days, everybody has a PayPal account, right? But the nice thing is you can accept credit cards without really having to open a merchant account or anything like that. And then the other way is obviously a merchant account. So that's something you have to go through a little bit, get set up. There are fees for transactions. There are fees for percentages of balance, percentage of the transaction, I mean. So there are different ways that you can get paid that way. PayPal also has the same thing. So moving from PayPal to a merchant account, usually you're going to save a little bit of money on a merchant account, but you got to hop through a few more hoops in order to get a merchant account for yourself. So I hope that helps you out. It's a little bit of info about how to accept payments. You can accept them online, check, or bank transfers. Super popular these days. Get out there, get some clients, and get some money. Take care. See you next time.